y'all. Pulled him in. Right away. We ain't waste no time. Boom, 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 boom. He caught about 7 shivs to the stomach. Josh hit him in the neck. That boy was out of there. What up, what up, what up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner, and this is Prison Talk, y'all. So today, I'm going to give y'all a story about a guy that I came across in my time in North Carolina correctional facilities. His name was Young Pusher. And Young Pusher was a Crip. Now, y'all, I'm not happy to admit this, but I'm going to tell y'all what I did. What I did, y'all. I started a gang war just to take out the rival competition and take over the commissary, take over the store, y'all. I wanted to be the only store guy in that pod. So, you had the Crips, you had the Bloods, which my cousin Dee Dee ran with. Then you had the GDs, the Vice Lords. Then you had the Mexicans, MS-13 dudes. That's the dynamics of what was going on in this prison in particular. So, my homeboy John, he had beef with the Crip dude. He ain't like him anyway. Because, again, he was another big blood. And he said, yo, this dude be talking reckless. But he got the store. So, it's but so much we could say. Because when we need that store to be around, he the one that we go to. But he be talking crazy on the payback. He be trying to tax. You know what I mean? Just because I'm blood and he Crip. He be trying to tax. Like, instead of giving 3 items back, he talking about for 1 item, I gotta bring 5 back. Like, he trying to treat me like a stunt dummy or something? What you think this is, man? I'm like, alright. Say no more. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. That's what I told Josh. So, now, I come up with a great idea, y'all. What if we take this dude out and say the Mexicans did it? And right away, Josh like, yeah, I'm down with that. How we gonna do it? I was like, don't even sweat it, homeboy. Just leave it up to me. Let me get a few weapons, and I'm gonna let you know when we ready to rock. Alright, say no more. So 2 more days go past. We let it go, and we even went borrow some stuff from the box. We said, hey, yo, listen, man, hey, we need to borrow some stuff. We gonna bring you the 5 items back. No bullshit. We gonna bring you the 5 items back, bro. Let me get 1 soup and 1 can of tuna. You got 5 soups coming, 5 cans of tuna coming. And right away, he think he getting over on us. So we like, all right, say no more. We get the stuff, we walk out. Now we got a good eye of what he got up there in the store, y'all, because we seen him go in the locker to get the stuff. So we know how many bags we need, because we fitting to loot all of that shit, y'all. Yeah, we taking all of that. He gonna have to come up off of that. And he probably gonna have to come up off of his life, too. Now, at the time, people, blades were real hard to find. Almost impossible. But what you could find regularly was either a piece you break off of the bottom of the bed, or the radiator you could break a little piece off. But the best joints is if you know somebody that's regularly going in and out of the metal shop, or they're working maintenance. Now, the maintenance dudes could get you what we call a shiv. It'd be like a little roundish kind of pole. Now, it's not going to be sharp on the top when you get it. You're going to have to grind that bad boy down. Throw a little water on the ground. Scrape, 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 scrape. You have to get the tape. And you're going to have to keep wrapping tape around that end until you get a nice something to hold on to. You might even have to put cardboard in there. Keep taping it up. Put some plastic in there. You want it to, so it takes away the shock. Tape it up. Now you got yourself a shiv. And the shiv could be anywhere from 3 inches to 7 inches. I'm talking shish kebab. I'm putting this thing straight through you. Pause. Now, I got one in my right hand. I got one in my left hand. I passed the one in my left hand to Josh. I said, you ready to ride? All right, let's do this. Now, we wait, y'all, until later on in the evening when everybody's going out to rep. They're going to go walk the yard. We're going to fall back. And we're going to have one person at one end of the pod, one person at the other end of the pod. And they're going to give us the lowdown when it's all cool to run up in this man's cell and wash him out. Excuse me, y'all. So that's what happens. We run up in old boy's cell. We taking all the Mountain Dews, all the Pepsis, all the granola bars. He got Nestle Crunch in here, y'all. Reese's Pieces. He got about 50 soups up in here, y'all. Summer sausages, tuna, mac. Man, we took everything. We ain't leave nothing. Not even dinner. Now, as we bagging up all the commissary, we hear the homies out there in the hallway giving us the call. That means somebody is on the way down the tier. Soo-woo! Soo-woo! So then, we're like, all right, fuck it. We pushed the bags to the side, and both of us got to one side of the cell. Because you can see from the other side when you're walking towards it if somebody's on that side. So we both on the left side of the cell. As soon as young Pusher reached that cell, we grabbed him, y'all. Pulled him in. Right away. We ain't waste no time. Boom, 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 boom. He caught about 7 shivs to the stomach. Josh hit him in the neck. That boy was out of there. I don't even know if he was alive when he hit the ground. Next thing you know, his cellie started making his way into the cell. We done jumped on him already. Josh grabbed him as soon as he walked into the cell, grabbed him by one leg, swung him around, hit his head on the side of the bunk, and we started jigging him. We hit both of them dummies up. Yeah, it's on now. We left the shivs right there in him. Sticking up. Hauled ass up out of that cell, y'all. Took our stuff, and headed right back down to the homies. And proceeded to divvy it up. Then, the next part was crazy. Cold. Hey yo, ain't that your boys over there? Yo, the Mexicans working them niggas, yo, the Mexicans just hit your boy. We screaming from the side so nobody can't see us. And everybody look around, and I guess the Crips was the only ones that didn't have their whole team with them. So immediately they start, I don't even know these 2 dudes' names. The dude at the store, that's obviously Young Pusher. I don't know his damn bunky's name. But all his homies are like, yo, where Push at? Where Pusher? Yo. They all haul ass over to Pusher's room. Man, y'all already know it's nothing but blood everywhere. I mean, covering the cell. And that's just what happened, y'all. The next day, without warning, it was only about, say, 12 Crip members in this unit. About maybe 15 MS-13. When I say right after breakfast, they start popping off, y'all. They just start running down on MS-13 members, jigging them up. Bah, bah, bah. MS-13 members jigging back. When it was all done and said, y'all, about 6 Crips got airlifted out of there. About 4 MS-13 members got airlifted out of there. 2 MS-13 members died. 1 Crip got stabbed in the eyeball. So this melee that happened was over commissary, y'all. And I want y'all to understand there's a doggy dog world out there. And if you come to prison, you could be food as well. Stay out the prison systems, y'all. If you scared, get a dog. It's your boy Corner. And don't say I never told you so. But there's some weird things going on in these prison systems that you do not want any parts of. You know, if you come across somebody like me, I'm going to check you for that commissary. You want to get that commissary up or die trying. You heard what I said. Now, I know y'all thinking that was crazy and that gotta be it. Nah, that wasn't it. Because I didn't have control of the story yet. There was still 5 Crips left on that block. So the whole pod got locked down for 3 weeks after that whole incident. They had to investigate, see what was going on. Now, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the term fishing. That's when you rip a piece of your sheet and you make a string. So you tie the string in around a magazine or a book, whatever you got, something that's thin. It got to be thin enough to fit under the doors or go through the bars and be tossed. Now, that's the way we pass things back and forth in lockup or lockdown. Simply, you want to pass your homie a pack of Black and Miles or whatever, a soup, whatever. You tie it to the string and you toss it out. They, in turn, have another string on their end with something heavy on the end that they can toss out and hook your string. And once they lightly hook your string, they pull it in, and you make sure that you keep giving yours slack to go to their cell. That was how me and all my homies had to communicate, at least the ones on the bottom level. So Josh was right there in my cell with me. I ain't have to do that with him. But the rest of the homies, we had to fill them in on exactly what was going on. This kind of caught everybody by surprise. We just up and did this shit, y'all. You know, so now we got to make a bigger plan up to figure out how we're going to get the rest of these 5 Crips up out of here. All right. So, 3 weeks ago by, the lockdown is over, y'all. Things still haven't really cooled off. We just haven't been out together. There's still MS-13 roaming around looking for revenge. 2 of their homies died. So, we all in the day room. We walking around. Everybody's ice grilling. Looking at everybody. What's going on with this one? What you thinking about? Did you touch my homie? Did you touch my homie? Maybe it was you. It could have been any one of y'all. So for that reason, my back is to the wall. I can't let none of y'all get close to me. At least, I'm assuming that's what they thinking. Me, on the other hand, I know what happened. That me and my homie Josh just caused some mayhem that made this whole thing jump off. Anyway, now we got to find a way to infiltrate the MS-13 and find out what their next move is going to be. So, we got to find a crash out. A crash out. That means somebody that want to be down with the gang so bad, they're going to do whatever we tell them. And we got a few of them up in there that want to earn some stripes. And again, young people, don't go to prison if you don't want to get treated like a piece of garbage. Because that's what's going to happen to you in prison, y'all. These gangs are going to treat you like garbage until you get your stripes. You're going to have to hurt somebody, unalive somebody, mess somebody up to get notified of being a real gangster in jail. Now, let me introduce you to Lil Simple and B Love. Yeah, Lil Simple, or Lil Simp for short, is only 19. B Love is 22. These guys were friends on the street, and they thought it was a good idea to go jacking cars. Yeah, people, they in here for armed robbery, strong arming, and stealing cars from people at gunpoint. Once they got here, they decided they needed protection. And they wanted to be a big blood. So of course, my cousin Dee and all his homies, they don't shun the young ones away. That's the soldiers. They need them to crash out. Oh, they gonna be gang one day. One day, you gonna be official gang. But first you gonna crash out for the gang. Alright, y'all. So now, this is the real definition of crash out. Where they told these young boys, they don't care how long it take, even if it take you all day, you got to kill 2 of these Mexicans tonight. I don't care how you do it. And they gave them 2 blades. One for you, one for you. You don't come back until the job done, or don't come back. Check in. Straight like that, homie. They looked at him, they said, alright. They bounced, they went on their way. Now, a couple of hours go by, and you see them both walking around the day room. They split up. They taking different sides of the day room, just trying to peep everybody's emotions. What's everybody getting into for the day? What's everybody doing? Where everybody gonna be at? So they notice, alright, it looked like all of them about to go out to the one weight pile. The Mexicans, they about to go lift weights. So he's like, alright, you know what? Let's just fall back. Let's just chill right here. And that's what they did, y'all. They stayed in the day room for about another hour. Then they got up, looked out the window. They saw the MS-13. They was about to come in. They was done lifting weights, so they was about to come inside. Man, these jokers said, you know what? Let's go hide in the shower. Because you know, everybody normally has a lookout waiting for them before they go into the shower to make sure nobody trying to do nothing to them. These young boys went and hid in the shower, y'all. They hid in the shower for over 45 minutes, waiting, just waiting for 1 or 2 of them dudes to walk in there in that shower. And then it happened, y'all. A short little stocky dude came walking in there, tatted up, MS-13 all over his stomach. He got it on his forehead. They knew for sure he was one of them. And then they waited. They let him turn the water on. They let him get the soap in his eyes. Then another one of them came walking in, hit the other shower. Same thing. They let him turn the water on. Start talking to each other in their language. Next thing you know, they thought they was in there, you know, on their own, safe. Man, young boys popped out of the shadows with them blades. Wim. I mean, they was chopping. Whoa, man. From what I heard, from what they told us, and we gotta believe them, because them 2 dudes definitely got airlifted out of there, y'all. They didn't make it. So from what they told us and what happened, I have to believe these 2 young boys, and they definitely getting put on the set. They put their work in that night. They sliced them men up to there wasn't nothing left to notice. I heard they had to get a bag to put some of their body parts in. Legs, fingers, all of that was falling, like legs was detaching from the bone. These young boys is like, fingers on the floor, they done chopped fingers off. They was in there torturing these boys. And they got away with it. So, listen, y'all. Some stories end up good. Some stories end up bad. This story ended up bad for everybody. Yeah, we went back down on lockdown again, y'all. And it's just bad, y'all. I'm not even gonna tell y'all no more about that. I'm not, because YouTube gonna get tired of me giving y'all these gruesome stories. But this is how it is, y'all. This is how the penitentiary system is. Alright, y'all. I get up with y'all. make sure you subscribe to the channel. I drop a new video every other day, and you never know what corner's gonna be talking about. If you have any specific topics you'd like to hear, get in the DMs, people. I need to hear your suggestions. But right now, I need you to hit that like button, share the videos, and subscribe. Show your boy Corner some love. Alright, y'all, with that, we out.